Hey everyone, Wolf Lord Rho here. Well, I don't know about you, but I was not expecting this year's Christmas Battleforces to be revealed already. However, GW dropped a surprise reveal yesterday afternoon, so of course we need to check them out. As always, everything you need to see about this year's Battleforces is over on the Warhammer community website. So head over there to check it out for yourself, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. So as usual, we've got Battleforces for Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar. So let's begin with the main event, the 40k ones. Up first we have the Leagues of Votann with the Defenders of the Ancestors box set. I thought we may see a Votann one this year if we were going to get Battleforces, as things have been a little quiet since their lore-shaking big release. I'm still not too familiar with the names of the units, so let's check out the description. We've got 10 Hearthguard, 1 Champion, a Hecaton Land Fortress, a Grimnir Living Ancestor, and a Sagittor ATV. Pretty much everything you need to get the ball rolling for a Votann force, it looks like. And I'm a huge dwarf fan in fantasy, but the Votann have yet to quite grab me the same way. Hopefully they get a few novels focused on them next year, which will give me a chance to dive in and get to grips with the faction. I'll be interested to see how popular this box set is, as the faction definitely made a big splash when they arrived, or returned, shall we say. Next we have the Beast Snaggers. Mosrog Scragbad leading the way, who also could be a standard beast boss instead. 3 Squighog boys, a Knob-on Smasher Squig, a Pain boss, 10 Snagger boys, and the big Hunter or Killrig. I quite like this one. I've never been the biggest Orc fan, but the Beast Snaggers are definitely a bit of an exception. I love the character of them. A bit of a 40k version of Savage Orcs. They have that extra flavour and theme. They just feel a little more characterful for me. If I ever started an Orc force, I've always thought it would be a pure Beast Snaggers one. So hey, this is appealing, and I definitely like the theme of it anyway. Moving on, we have the Astra Militarum with the Cadian Defence Force. Now, you're a bit late here my friends, as Cadia has fallen, but I gotta say I do like this one. I don't have any of the new slimline Militarum sculpts yet, so an entire force of them, well, that definitely ticks the box. Now, what's this one got? Well, it's got 2 Rogel Dawn tanks, 2 10-man Cadian shock troop squads, and a 5-man command squad. All you need is a commissar to sort out the cowards and the battle is won. This one's definitely imposing with those 2 Rogel Dawn tanks. I've been tempted by Militarum Battleforces every year, but I've never ended up going for one. I will have to bite the bullet sooner or later, but there's another one of these Battleforces that's just edging this one out for me. However, it's close, it's definitely close. I suppose this one will all boil down to depending on whether or not you got the Cadians when they came out. If you didn't like me, then I can imagine this one will be pretty tempting. Now, next up, you knew they had to be Space Marines in there somewhere. And well, here they are. The Space Marines Spearhead Force. So, we have 15 Jump Pack Intercessors, 3 Outriders, an ATV, and a captain with jump pack. I don't know about you, but this one is screaming Blood Angels or White Scars for me. I've still got a few old Space Marine Battleforces to actually get through myself, but I can't deny these ones are always appealing. Especially with those new jump pack units. Could be nice as Black Templars as well. I've been meaning to start a Templar army for ages now. Ever since reading Hell's Reach, as a matter of fact. How can you not love Grimaldus? Personally, I'd say if I am getting one of these Battleforces this year, this one isn't my favourite. simply because the mountain of Space Marines I still need to get through. However, let's be honest, there's a reason we all have Space Marines coming out our ears. I wouldn't be surprised if come January, this is on top of that pile of boxes. Okay, moving on, we have the Tyranids with the Onslaught Swarm. Now this one is the one I am most tempted to get. Although the Tyranids do seem to sell out like hotcakes every year, it does have to be said. Now this has got the Norn Emissary dominating the view, a Hive Tyrant, 20 Hormagaunts, 10 Genestealers and a couple of Rippers. For me, I've got the Leviathan Tyranid Force, painted up as a Hive Fleet Tiamat, and this in my mind is the perfect add-on to that. You've got a Hive Tyrant, the Norn Emissary, the mandatory Genestealers, and you can't go wrong with Hormagaunts. If you don't have Leviathan, it's a perfectly good starting force too. However, for me personally, adding that to the Leviathan force, well, that would pretty much complete the army for me. And so I think this will be the one I try to go for. However, like I said, the Tyranid one always seems to be hugely popular every single year. Hopefully there's plenty of stock of this one when the releases roll around. And last but by no means least, the World Eaters, with the Exalted of the Angel. Angron. Angron, Angron, Angron. What an awesome model that is. I've still never seen it in person. Coming along with the big man, we've got a squad of Berserkers, 10 man, and 6 8-bound or Exalted 8-bound. You want to start a World Eaters force, this is pretty much everything you're going to need. I've got a feeling this one will definitely be popular, especially with Angron in there. I'd be tempted myself, but I just don't need any more Berserkers. I not long ago got the Combat Patrol, so 20 of those is pretty much all I need. But those 8-bound and Angron definitely make me wonder. I'm going to want those at some point, so you never know. Again, I think this one will be pretty popular. However, that's just a hunch. But okay, that's it for the 40k Battle Forces. The Tyranids my personal number one at the moment, but pretty much all of them have their appeals in different ways. Now let's head over and check out the Age of Sigmar ones while we're here. 4 Battle Forces coming for the Age of Sigmar. Right off the bat, this Seraphon one is absolutely stunning. I love the new Seraphon range, and this is right up my street. We've got the Slann, 3 Croxigors, 3 Agrodon Lancers, a unit of 10 Soros Warriors, and the Hunters of Huanchi Warband. Again, I love this set, there is no two ways about it. The new Seraphon sculpts were just beautiful the first time I laid eyes on them, and I don't feel any differently each time I see them. On looks alone, this one is an absolute stunner. Next up, we have the Ossiarch Bone Reapers and the Praetorian Spearhead. Now, although this one sounds like it's coming from the Sons of Dawn, from a model count perspective, this has got to be one of the frontrunners. Visually very imposing. What do we have? We've got 20 Mortek Guard, 5 Kavalos Death Riders, 4 Morghast Archai or Harbingers, is that? A Gothizar Harvester, and all led by Arch Kavalos Xantos. Obviously, all of these are fully fledged armies. However, this one definitely looks the part for me. You look at this and you feel like it's a complete force. I don't know how popular this faction is in Age of Sigmar, but if you're into AOS, or you're looking to get into it, well, this one could be the way to go. But again, I am certainly no expert. Moving on, Chaos Warriors, or Slaves to Darkness as the faction is properly known. The Warhorde of Eternus. We've got Eternus himself, 3 Ogroids, 5 Chaos Knights, 5 Chosen, and 10 Chaos Warriors. Quite simply, how can you not like Chaos Warriors? They've looked the part since the early 90s, and this new range is the best yet. It's a very nice set. I know one of my friends is definitely after this one. It's nice, it's definitely nice. But for me personally, I think the Seraphon one may just edge it, if I was going to go for an Age of Sigmar box set. I do have a Deepkin army ready to go, and all those Sylvaneths still sitting in their box waiting for me to finish building and painting. But man, those Dryads and Treemen are fiddly to build, to say the least. But I will sit down to finish them soon. But moving on, our last battle force for the year, the Vengorian Cult, Age of Sigmar's version of the Vampire Counts. We've got 5 Blood Knights, 20 Death Rattle Skeletons, 10 Wolves, 3 Fellbats, and it's all led by Laukavai. Laukavai, the mother of nightmares anyway. Now, there's not much I can say about these, as again I'm far from an Age of Sigmar expert. And when it comes to the vampires, I am definitely a Vlad von Carstein guy. Here's hoping we eventually get to see the vampire counts return to the old world. But I'm a big fan of the Blood Knight sculpts and those Death Rattle skeletons. There's some beautiful sculpts in the range, there's no doubt about it. However, again, that's it. That's the lot. Our Christmas Battleforces for the year. As of yet, there's no mention on pricing, so we'll just have to wait and see when the pre-orders become available. And it says keep your eyes peeled because those will be coming soon. For me, again, if I had to say one, I'll definitely try to get the Tyrannid set, I think, at this point. So fingers crossed there's plenty of that available. However, if I can't get my hands on that, there's definitely more than a few that is tempting to say the least. And that Seraphon one is absolutely gorgeous. But as always everyone, what do you think? What battle forces do you like the look of, and are there any surprises for you in the lineup? As always, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Huge thank you to all my subscribers for your support, it truly means a lot to me, it really does. If you're new, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. And if you enjoyed this particular vid, then why not drop a like on it too. But with that said, I am off, and I'll see you all again real soon.